Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye. Namo Namah Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Namah Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. Yam pravrajantamanupetamapeta dvaipayano virahakatara ajuhava putreti tanmayataya taravobhineduhu tam sarvabhutahridayam munimanatosmi yasvanubhavamakila shrutisarameकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतिथितीर्षतां तमोन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां योगीन्द्राय नमस्तस्मै शुकाय ब्रह्मरूपिणे संसारसर्पदष्टं यो विष्णुरातम् अमूमुचते कालव्यालमुखग्रास त्रासनिर्नाशहेतवे श्रीमद्भागवतं शास्त्रं कलोकीरेण भाषितम् एतस्मादपरं किञ्चित् मनःशुद्ध्यै न विद्यते जन्मान्तरे भवेत् पुण्यं तदा भागवतं लभेत् ज्ञानवैराग्यसम्पूर्णान् हरिभक्तिपरायणान् पूर्वाचार्यादहं वन्दे सम्प्रदायप्रवर्तकान् भगवन्नाम साम्राज्य लक्ष्मी सर्वस्वविग्रहं श्रीमद्बोधेन्द्र योगीन्द्र देशिकेन्द्रम् उपास्महे कलिकालोचितं धर्मं नाम संकीर्तनात्मकं निर्णेतुमवतीर्णं तं प्रेमिकं सद्गुरुं भजे हरे रामेति कृष्णेति नाम संकीर्तनं सदा लोकक्षेमाय कुर्वन्तं प्रेमिकं सद्गुरुं भजे जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयात् इतरतश्चातेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिभिस्तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयम् मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् श्रीमद्भागवताख्योऽयं प्रत्यक्षः कृष्ण एव हि स्वीकृतोऽसि मया नाथ मुख्यर्थं भवसागरे मनोरथो मदीयोऽयं सफलः सर्वदा त्वया निर्विघ्नेनैव कर्तव्यो दासोऽहं तव केशव श्रीहरे नमः श्रीहरे नमः श्रीहरे नमः गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं गोविन्दा गोविन्दा सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Okay, good afternoon everyone. Thanks for adjusting the time. Okay, so I think I still have to say the meaning of 15, yeah, of 15th, right? So let me quickly, it's a short chapter, so I'll quickly say the meaning, then we'll get into the class. So in the previous chapter, we kind of saw about in the lineage, we saw Anga, who was in the lineage of Dhruva, great person, who then left the kingdom. Then to him was born Vena, who was very atrocious. He was doing all the evil things. So finally, the sages with the with the sound, they were able to get rid of Vena. So now that Vena was gone, and again the things were there was nobody to rule over the kingdom. So they then went and approached his mother Sunita, who was taking care of his body like a mummification. She was still preserving the body. And then we saw how they churned the thighs, right, to remove all the negativity. So we said a person called Bahuka, because he was like dark like a crow, came out of the thighs of Vena, right? A person came out and he was called as Nishada, and that led to the clan of the Nishadas. So now they're continuing the story here, saying, now the Brahmanas and the sages, what they do is now the negativity has gone out of Vena. So they now start churning the two arms of Vena. So from the two arms of Vena come two beings, a female and a male, right? So in Purusha Soktam, it says, Brahmanosya Mukhamasit Bahu Rajanya Kritaha. Now, it's not connected here, but I'm saying the Purusha, the arms of the Purusha represents the Kshatriyas. Now, this is not Purusha, this is Vena, but from his arm, Bhagavan is coming. It's kind of reverse of what is there in the Purusha Sukta, but it's connected to the arms, right? So, anyway, so from his arms, two beings come. Now, the sages who are doing this, they know that these beings are going to come. That's why they are actually doing it. So, they realize that the male and the female version who are coming from the arms are not ordinary people, but are actually are expansions of Bhagavan Vishnu. They come to know that. So, they know that one of them is male and is a female, which means naturally extension of Lakshmi, right? So one is authority because it's the Vishnu is the authority and Lakshmi for prosperity. So both of those are coming out of this arms of Vena. So they call this person, the male who is actually coming, he's called as Prithu, and says he will be the foremost, the best of kings, because they are in a time where the ruler is actually being very bad. So this person who has come is going to set the example of what a king needs to be, all the duties a king needs to follow. That is Prithu. And then in Parso, he's there to protect and guide the people. And then along with it, the goddess of Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi's incarnation is coming, and she's going to be called as Archi, Arci. So this Archi is then going to become Prithu's queen eventually. So right now they are both coming. So with that, they all realize that it is a great incarnation, right? So that's the incarnation of Bhagavan as Prithu here. I'll just ask one quick question to see if anybody can connect the dots. Not necessarily that it is connected, but Prithu and Parthasarathi. The word Parthasarathi comes from the word Prithu. Not necessarily this Prithu, but this Prithu's meaning is somebody who is great, noble or great. Anybody knows how it is connected? Okay, so when Kunti is born, she's originally not called as Kunti. She's called Prithu too, because Prithu, the word is somebody who's noble or great. And then later on, a person, a king called Kunti Bhoja, inherited Kunti. So she got the name Kunti because she was inherited by Kunti Bhoja. Her original name was Prithu. So that's why her son is called Partha, Arjuna. And therefore, because Krishna was Sarathi for Partha, he's called as Partha Sarathi. It's not necessarily connected to this Prithu, but the word Prithu is like it's an adjective. It is something to say somebody who is great or noble. And because this person was going to be great and noble, this person is called as Prithu, right? So anyway, so this Prithu is there, Archi is there. So when this comes, like we're going to see in a lot, like we saw in Kapilavatarам also, that when incarnation comes as Kapila, Brahma and all the demigods, they come and pay homage. They come and make a visit. Later on, they're going to do the same thing for Vamana Avataram when Bhagavan incarnates as Vamana. So similarly here, everybody is coming, right? Brahma and all the demigods are coming and they all want to get a darshan, right? Right when the incarnation has happened. And that's what I was telling in the last class. Brahma sees on the arms of, in the hands of Prithu, on the palms of Prithu, he sees certain lines. He sees the lines on the hands of Prithu, the signs of disc, chakram shape on his hands, and in the bottom of his feet, he is actually seeing the lotus padmams on the bottom of the feet. So when he sees this, so Brahma is confirming, says, yes, this is an incarnation of Bhagavan, right, who has actually come here. That is how they validate, right, saying that you are indeed an incarnation of Bhagavan. Now, this Prithu, unlike Krishna Avataram and unlike that, he's not born as a child. He's automatically, when they come out, they come in as full people, like in the sense like normal sized beings who are ready. So immediately they don't have a king, right? So the first step they all decide to do is they want to perform the Rajyabhishekam. They want to perform the coronation of King Prithu for him to take up the throne. So with it, the rest of the chapter is pretty much the coronation of King Prithu, of Prithu as the king. So with this, if you remember in Devi Mahatmyam in chapter 2, when Mahishasura attack happens, right? Mahishasura takes over everything. And then Devi is formed, like Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all the gods come and they all put their light comes out from between their eyes. And then a form takes the form of a Devi, that is Devi. Now, to that Devi, lot of beings come, gods come and give her various things. Like Brahma comes and gives her something, Indra comes and gives her something, Kubera comes and gives her something. So that is pretty much the rest of the chapter says from 13th or 14th stanza. is for the Rajyabhishekam of Prithu. What does every single person come? Because it's a coronation, right? So they all come to give a different gift. So each one comes and then gives one gift. So that is what pretty much the rest of the chapter is, right? Up to 21. So 13 to 21 stanzas talks about the coronation and what everybody is actually giving to Prithu. And some of that I'll tell as we go through it. Now, at the end, Prithu being an incarnation of Bhagavan, he's very humble. He's saying that, look, you all are treating me like a god. But he says, I'm not, because he says, I may be an incarnation, but I have not done anything yet for you to be giving me so much praise, right? He says, I've just come out, right? I have not done anything. So, you are like preempting all my work by giving me all these praise. He says, this is not right. You should not praise someone who has actually not actually done anything, because it says it's like an insult to that person. Because without him doing anything, how can you praise, right? So Prithu is being very humble by saying that you should not praise me. I have not done anything yet. Let me do my stuff, and then we can actually talk about whether I am worthy of the praise, right? And what we'll start seeing in this Prithu Charitram and later on in the Rishabha Yogeshwara Charitram, and all of these are a little bit, and few others as well, as while and the next chapter talks about it little bit, is they necessarily may not know, like Rama Avataram or Narsimha Avatar. Like in Narsimha Avataram, Narsimha knew, I am the incarnation who has come and I'm going to do this. It's very clearly defined. When Bhagavan took Varaha Avataram, he came for that specific reason, right? He came as Varaha. He knows I am the one coming as Varaha. So it's that Bhagavan's energy coming. In Prithu and Rishabha Yogeshwara, the slight difference is that it is called as Shakti Avesha. So the energy of Bhagavan is given to a person to do a particular task. That is a slight difference. Okay, if you kind of draw the line there. In Varaha Avataram, Kurma Avataram, Matsya Avataram, Bhagavan itself is saying, I am going to come in the form of a Kurma and I'm going to do something. Here, a person is going to come, and that person I'm going to give my energy to that person to perform a particular task, right? For Prithu. So that's why the slight difference between the types of avatarams, anyway, it doesn't matter, but that's a specific, when you get into the details of it, that's the difference. Anyway, so here Prithu is saying that, don't praise me, let me first finish my work. So that is how this chapter ends. Most of it is really coronation of Prithu here. Okay, so we stopped at, I think, 13, right? So we'll continue from there. Satya, you can be a student, and Jay Sri Shankar, you can be a student. 13 முடிச்சோமா இல்ல we have to do 13 now? We finish 13? Okay.
12
we
12
finished.
Okay.
13 ஆரம்பிக்கணும் ராஜேஷ்.
Okay. Sobi Shikto Maharajah, Suvasas Sadvalankritaha, Patnyarchishalankkritaya. Cannot break that word. So the word is Patni Archisha Alankritaya. 3 words there. Patnyarchishalankkritaya, Virejeghnirivaparaha. Even that is one word together. So Bishekto Maharajah, Suvasa Sadvalankritaha, Patnyarchishalankkritaya, Virejeghnirivaparaha.
Rajesh, the lung kruva, the ka vandu kru irukkudu. It's kru.
Yeah, Lankrita. Kritaya. Alankritaya.
So Bishakto Maharajah, Suvasa Sadvalankritaha, Patyancishalankkritaya, Vireje Giri Vaparaha.
Virejegnir Agni.
Virejegniri Vaparaha.
So Bishakto Maharajah Suvasa Sadvalankritaha Patnyachishalankkritaya Virejegnir Ivaparaha.
The first word, Sobi Shikto.
Vera mari channena Rajesh.
I think Shah, you said Sobi Shakto. I heard it as Shakto. But
So Bishakto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tasmai Jahara Dhanado, Haimam Veera Varasanam, Barunas Salila Sravam, Atapatram Shashiprabham. So first is Dhanado, so Kubera giving something, Varuna giving something. So every line is just going to have one person coming and giving something to Prithu. Tasmai Jahara Dhanado, Haimam Veeravarasanam Varuna Salilasravam Atapatram Shashiprabham.
तस्मै जहार धनदो हैमं वीरवरासनं वरुणसलिलस्रावम् आतपत्रं शशीप्रभम्
तस्मै जहार धनदो हैमं वीरवरासनं वरुणसलिलस्रावम् आतपत्रं शशिप्रभम्
Vayuscha Bala Vyajane, Dharma Kirtimayim Srajam Indra Kiritam Utkrishtam, Dandam Sanyamanam Yamaha. So Yama, Indra, Dharma, Dharmadeva, and Vayu. Vayuscha Bala Vyajane, Dharma Kirtimayim Srajam Indra Kiritam Utkrishtam, Dandam Sanyamanam Yamaha.
वायुश्च वालव्यजने धर्म कीर्तिमयीं स्रजम् इन्द्रकिरीटमुत्कृष्टं दण्डं संयमनं यमः
वायुश्च वालव्यजने धर्मकीर्तिमयीं स्रजम् इन्द्रकिरीटमुत्कृष्टं दण्डं संयमनं यमः
Brahma, Brahmamayam Varma, Bharati Haram Uttamam, Haris Sudarshanam Chakram, Tat Patnya Vyahritam, one word, Shriyam. So here Brahma is giving Prithu all the spiritual knowledge that is there, because Brahma is the source of all the knowledge. So he is giving Prithu every knowledge that is to be known. Then Bharati refers to Saraswati. She is giving him something which is a spiritual necklace which is there. Then Harihi, Mahavishnu, is coming and giving him a Sudarshana Chakram. And then, of course, although Archi is the incarnation of Mahalakshmi, they are coming and giving them. She's also there to come and give them all the opulences, right? Riches, prosperity that is there. Brahma Brahmamayam Varma Bharati Haramuttamam Haris Sudarshanam Chakram Tat Patnya Vyahritam Shriyam.
Rajesh, vyahritama hatama.
Oh, Tat Patnya Vyahatam Shriyam, sorry.
Brahma Brahmamayam Varma Bharati Haramuttamam Haris Sudarshanam Chakram Tatpatnya Vyahatam Shriyam.
ब्रह्मा ब्रह्ममयं वर्म भारतीहारमुत्तमं हरिसुदर्शनं चक्रं तत्पत्न्यव्याहतां श्रियम्
Dasha Chandramasim Rudraha, Tata Chandram Tathambika Somomrita Mayan Ashwan. So that if you have a is and then in Sanskrit we have a dot on top of it, right? The dot im and the is will become an in sound. So Ashwan, Twashta Rupashrayam Ratham. So here Shiva, Parvati, everybody is coming and giving him different equipments. Dasha Chandramasim Rudraha Shatachandram Tathambika Somo Mritamayan Ashwan Twashta Rupashrayam Ratham.
Dasha Chandramasim Rudraha Shatachandram Tatambika Somo Mritamayan Ashwan Twashta Rupashrayam Ratam.
दशचन्द्रमसिं रुद्रः शतचन्द्रं तथाम्बिका सोमो मृतमयान् अश्वान् त्वष्टारूपाश्रयं रथम्
Agniraja Gavam Chapam, Suryo Rashmi Mayanishun Buf Paduke Yoga Mayau, Dyav Pushpavalim Anvaham. Agniraja Gavam Chapam Suryo Rashmi Mayanishun Buf Paduke Yoga Mayau Dyav Pushpavalim Anvaham.
Agnirajagavam chapam suryo rashmimaya nishun bhupaduke yogamayau dyav pushpavalimanvaham.
अग्निराजगवं चापं सूर्यो रश्मिं मया निशून् भुवः पादुके योगमय्यो द्यौः पुष्पावलिम् अन्वहम्
Natyam Sugeetam Baditram, break at that ma, im, Antardhanam cha khecharaha, Rishayash chashishas satyaha, Samudrash Shankamatmajam. So, like so various demigods are coming, some of them is giving him all the instruments and whatever is required and all the fine arts. The ocean, the Varuna, they are also coming and give him conch. So everybody is coming according to what they have, their capabilities, they're equipping him. Natyam Sughitam Vaditram Antardhanam Chakhe Rishayas Satyaha Samudra Shankamatmajam.
नाट्यं सुगीतं वादित्रम् अन्तर्धानं च केचराः ऋषयश्चाशिषः सत्याः समुद्रशङ्कमात्मजम्
नाट्यं सुगीतं वादित्रम् अन्तर्धानं च खेचराः ऋषयश्चाशिषः सत्याः समुद्रशङ्कम् आत्मजम्
Sindavah Parvata Nadyo, Ratha Vitir Mahatmanah Sutota Magadho Vandi, Tam Stotum Upatasthire. Sindhavah Parvato Nadyo Ratha Vitir Mahatmanah Sutota Magadho Vandi, Tam Stotum Upatasthire.
Rajesh, is it Parvato or Parvata?
Parvata, did you say Parvato? Yeah, Parvata. Parvata
Okay.
Nadyo.
Thank you, Rajesh.
सिन्धवः पर्वता नद्यो रथवीतिर्महात्मनः सूतोतमागधो वन्दी तं स्तोतुमुप उप how do you-
Upatasthire.
okay तं स्तोतुमुपतस्थिरे
सिन्धवः पर्वता नद्यो रथवीथिर्महात्मनः सूतोतमागधो वन्दी तं स्तोतुम् उपतस्थिरे
Stavakans Tan Abhipretya, breaking at that na if you want, Abhipretya, Pritur Vainyaf Pratapavan, Mega Nirhradaya Vacha, Prahasannidam Abravit. Breaking at that ma. Stavakanstan Pritурvainyaf Pratapavan Megha Nirhradaya Vacha Prahasannidam Abravit.
आवकां स्थान अभिप्रेत्य पृथुर्वैन्यः प्रतापवान् मेघनिर्क्लादय वा
Nirharadaya.
मेघनिर्ह्रादया वाच प्रहसन्निदम् अब्रवीत्
स्थावकां स्थान अभिप्रेत्य पृथुर्वैन्यः प्रतापवान् मेघनिर्ह्रादया वाचा प्रहसन्निदम् अब्रवीत्
Pritruvacha Bho Sutate Magada Saumya Vandil. So ill, next word will have the loke. Loke dhuna spashta gunasya me syat. Kimashrayo me stava esha yojyatam, ma maya bhuvan vitatha girovaha. This is where Prithu is saying, I'm not eligible yet. So, no, don't praise me. It's like not worth. Prithuruvacha bhosutate magada saumya vandil loke dhuna spashta gunasya me syat kimashrayo me stava esha yojyatam ma maya bhuvan vitatha girovaha.
Rajesh,
Quick question.
Hmm.
In if bookல வந்து வந்தின்னு கொடுத்திருக்கு அது வந்தில் வந்தின்னா
ஆமா அது வந்து see that thing is it will have a la and then it has that and the chandra bindu that symbol on top, so it will take an ill sound there, so vandil lokeduna.
Rajesh, in my
Yeah.
book it says wo suda he.
Yeah, I want to ask too. It says you're
Yeah.
saying Bosutha Te solra. It's
Oh,
Bosutha.
hey only.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you
Yeah.
said Te. Okay.
Okay. Hey, yeah, suta hey.
And Rajesh, where is this pause? Pause in the first line. Saumya
And the
Vandil.
vandil, and do you have a Sanskrit like double la?
Ama,
You have a
yeah,
double, so it's a one la. So vandil
Okay.
lokeduna spashta.
So that Chandrama will go away.
Yeah, because you only break it, that thing goes away.
Okay. Prituruvacha Bosuta he Magada Saumya Vandil Loka Dunas स्पष्टगुणस्य मे स्यात् किमाश्रयो मेस्तव एष योज्यताम् मामय्य भुवन् वितता गिरो वः.
That's first line just after the comma. Lokeduna. K. Okay, done that.
Oh, loke dunas.
Yeah.
ऋतुरोवाच भो सूत हे माघध सौम्य वन्दिल् लोके धुना स्पष्टगुणस्य मे स्यात् किमाश्रयो मेस्तव एष योज्यताम् मामय्य भुवन् वितथा गिरो वः.
Tasmat parokshesmat upashrutanyalam. You can break it that da upashrutanyalam, comma. Karishyata stotram apicha vachah. Satyuttama shloka gunanuvade, comma. Jugupsitam na stavayanti sabhyaha. तस्मात् परोक्षेस्मदुपश्रुतान्यलं करिष्यतस्तोत्रमपि च वाचः सत्युत्तमश्लोकगुणानुवादे जुगुप्सितं न स्तवयन्ति सभ्याः.
तस्मात् परोक्षेस्मद् उपश्रुतान्यलम् करिष्यतस्तोत्रम् अपि च वाचः सत्युत्तमश्लोकगुणानुवादे जुगुप्सितं न स्तवयन्ति सभ्याः.
तस्मात् परोक्षेस्मद् उपश्रुतान्यलं करिष्यतस्तोत्रम् अपि च वाचः सत्युत्तमश्लोकगुणानुवादे जुगुप्सितं न स्तवयन्ति सभ्याः.
महत् गुणानान् आत्मनि कर्तुमीशः, कस्तावकैस्तावयते सतोपि. That's one word. Stavayate satopi. Tesyabhavishyanniti. One word again. Tesyabhavishyanniti vipralabdho, janavahasam kumatirna veda. Because a lot of places that S symbol is coming, we kind of have to say that entire word together there.
Rajesh, on the first word, can you just split Mahat Gunanat?
Mahat gunan atmani.
Okay.
Mahat gunan atmani kartumishah kastavakaistavayate satopi tesyabhavishyanniti vipralabdho janavahasam kumatirna veda.
महद्गुणान् आत्मनि कर्तुमीशः कस्तावकैस्तावयते सतोऽपि तेऽस्यावविष्यन्निति विप्रलब्धो जनावहासं कुमतिर्न वेद.
महद्गुणानान् आत्मनि कर्तुमीशः कस्तावकैस्तावयते सतोऽपि तेऽस्यावविष्यन्निति विप्रलब्धो जनावहासं कुमतिर्न वेद.
I think the first word you said gunanan. I heard. I think it's gunan. Mahat gunan.
Sorry. Mahadgunan atmani. Yeah, thank you. My fault. Thank you.
Prabhavo hyatmanas stotram, jugupsantyapi vishrutaha, hrimantah paramodharaha, paurusham va vigarhitam. Prabhavo hyatmanas stotram jugupsantyapi vishrutaha, hrimantah paramodharaha, paurusham va vigarhitam.
प्रभवो ह्यात्मनस्तोत्रं जुगुप्सन्त्यपि विश्रुताः ह्रीमन्तः परमोदाराः पौरुषं वा विगर्हितम्.
प्रभवो ह्यात्मनस्तोत्रं जुगुप्सन्त्यपि विश्रुताः ह्रीमन्तः परमोधाराः पौरुषं वा विगर्हितम्.
वयं त्वविदिता लोके, सूताध्यापि वरीमभिः कर्मभिः कथमात्मानं, गापयिष्याम बालवत्. So he's saying like children praise each other without any reason. You're praising me like that. But unfortunately, the next whole chapter is Tuti. They end up praising him even more. So anyway, गापयिष्याम बालवत्. वयं त्वविदिता लोके सूताध्यापि वरीमभिः कर्मभिः कथमात्मानं गापयिष्याम बालवत्.
वयं त्वविदिता लोके द्यापि वरीमभिः कर्मभिः कथमात्मानं दापयिष्याम बालवत्
वयं त्वविदिता लोके सूताध्यापि वरीम् अभिः कर्मभिः कथमात्मानं गापयिष्याम बालवत्.
इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां चतुर्थस्कन्धे पृथुचरिते पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः।
इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां चतुर्थस्कन्धे पृथुचरिते पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः
इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां चतुर्थस्कन्धे पृथुचरिते पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः.
अथ षोडशोऽध्यायः इस् आल्सो वेरी स्मॉल चैप्टर। मैत्रेयो उवाच इति ब्रुवाणं नृपतिं गायका मुनिचोदिताः तुष्टुवुस्तुष्टमनसः, so that is goes away, visarga comma, तद्वाग् अमृत सेवया. मैत्रेयो उवाच इति ब्रुवाणं नृपतिं गायका मुनिचोदिताः तुष्टुवुस्तुष्टमनसः तद्वागमृत सेवया.
मैत्रेय उवाच इति ब्रुवाणं नृपतिं गायका मुनिचोदिताः तुष्टुवुस्तुष्टमनसः तद्वागमृतसेवया
मैत्रेयोवाच इति ब्रुवाणं नृपतिं गायका मुनिचोदिताः तुष्टुवुस्तुष्टमनसः तद्वागमृतसेवया.
So from stanza 2, pretty much it's just a stuti to Prithu, right? So this is, again, like we say, although he's appearing as a king, at the end of the day, he's considered, like I said, and the word will come, Saktya Vesha Avatara, means the one into which Bhagavan is giving his Shakti, his energy for him to actually perform certain things. So it is considered an extension of Bhagavan for that reason. So it's just through him, Bhagavan is getting things done. So in this, pretty much the whole chapter is the people who are present there, although Prithu is saying, don't praise me, I'm not worthy of it, I've not done anything, they praise him even more. They're saying, they talk about him in the as if you're doing a stuti to Bhagavan. So this is pretty much a stuti that is going to come from stanza 2. And towards the end of it, they are able to tell what he is going to do in the future. So that's pretty much what is going to come in Prithu Charitram later, they will tell as well, right? Like we're going to see this in many incarnations is, what the person is going to do is already known to some people. They will say, I know you will go do this, I know you're going to go do this, this is what is going to happen. So they'll pretty much list out everything that's going to happen later towards the end. But from stanza 2 is just the stuti.
Rajesh, Prithu is like you.
Chance I told in the last class, check your hand marks and the foot hunts. None of us have anything. Hand things are also going away. So
That's why you shouldn't clean your house too much.
ராஜேஷ் அதெல்லாம் இல்லாமே நீங்க இப்படி இருக்கலே.
Let's focus on Prithu.
Rajesh, until which sloga is the stuti?
The whole thing is stuti. I'll tell you when that word comes, when the stanza comes as to where it ends the stuti and then the future starts, right? Future thing starts. Nalam vayam te mahimanu varnane, yo deva vargyo vatatara mayaya. This is where avatatara mayaya. Deva vargyo vatatara mayaya. Venanga jatasya cha paurushanite, vachaspathinamapi babhramur dhiyah. Nalam vayam te mahimanu varnane yo deva vargyo vatatara mayaya. Venanga jatasya cha paurushanite vachaspathinamapi babhramurdhiyah.
Nalam vayante mahimanu varnane yo deva vargyo avatata. Deva vargyo.
Say it together. Vargyo vatatara.
Okay. Yo deva vargyo vatatara mayaya venanga jatasya cha paurushanite vachaspathinamapi babhramurdhyah.
नालं वयन्ते महिमानुवर्णने यो देववर्यो वततारमायया वेनाङ्गजातस्य च पौरुषाणि ते वाचस्पतीनाम् अपि भब्रमूर्धियः.
अथाप्युधार श्रवसः पृतोर्हरेः कलावतारस्य कथामृतादृताः यतोपदेशं मुनिभिः प्रचोदिताः श्लाघ्यानि कर्माणि वयं वितन्महि। अथाप्युधारश्रवसः पृतोर्हरेः कलावतारस्य कथामृतादृताः यतोपदेशं मुनिभिः प्रचोदिताः श्लाघ्यानि कर्माणि वयं वितन्महि।
अथाप्युदारश्रवसः पृतोर्हरेः कलावतारस्य कथामृतादृताः यतोपदेशं मुनिभिः प्रचोदिताः श्लाघ्यानि कर्माणि वयं वितन्महि।
अथाप्युदारश्रवसः पृतोर्हरेः कलावतारस्य कथामृताधृताः यथोपदेशं मुनिभिः प्रचोदिताः श्लाघ्यानि कर्माणि वयं वितन्महि. Thank you.
Do one more and then we'll switch. Esha dharma bhritam sreshto, lokam dharmenuvartayan gopta cha dharma setunam, shasta tatparipanthinam. Esha dharma bhritam sreshto lokam dharmenuvartayan gopta cha dharma setunam shasta tatparipanthinam.
एष धर्मभृतां श्रेष्ठो लोकं धर्मेनुवर्तयन् गोप्ता च धर्मसेतूनां शास्ता तत्परिपन्थिनाम्।
एष धर्मभृतां श्रेष्ठो लोकं धर्मेनुवर्तयन् गोप्ता च धर्मसेतूनां शास्ता तत्परिपन्थिनाम्.
Rajesh, does the Shasta say about anything about Shasta?
No, that's not it. I think it's just in the context. I think it's just referring to the activities, like nothing to do with the Shasta. Yeah. Okay, we'll switch. Amuchichi, you can be a student, and Priya Arun, you can be a student. Eshavai loka palanam, bhibartekas tanau tanuhu kale kale yata bhagam, lokayorubhayor hitam. एष वै लोकपालानां बिभर्तेकस्तनौ तनूः काले काले यथा भागं लोकयोरुभयोर्हितम्।
एष वै लोकपालानां बिभर्तेकस्तनौ तनूः काले काले यथा भागं लोकयोरुभयोर्हितम्।
एष वै लोकपालानां बिभर्त्येकस्तनौ तनूः काले काले यथा भागं लोकयोरुभयोर्हितम्।
वसु काल उपादत्ते, काले चायं विमुञ्चति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु, प्रतपन् सूर्यवत् विभुः. So, like it talks about the greatness, and like most of these really are praising him also in the context of how a ruler needs to be, saying just like the sun doesn't have partiality of whether you get more sunlight or I get more sunlight. It gives sunlight, it distributes it equally, and similarly as a king, you are the type of king who will distribute everything equally to people, right? You'll have equal mercy on everybody and all of that. And the same thing, like the water evaporates, so the sun takes away the water because it evaporates and gives it back in terms of rain. Similarly, whatever money you are going to collect as taxes, you're going to give it back in terms of better reforms. So you're kind of following that, similar to the sun god. Titikshatya kramam vainyah. Sorry.
Rajesh, I think we have to do 6.
Oh, sorry. Vasukala upadatte kale chayam vimunchati समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु प्रतपन् सूर्यवद्भिभुः.
वसुकाल उपादत्ते काले चायं विमुञ्चति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु प्रतपन् सूर्यवद्विभुः.
वसुकाल उपादत्ते काले चायं विमुञ्चति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु प्रतपन् सूर्यवद्विभुः.
तितिक्षत्य क्रमं Vainyah, so put a visarga there, comma. Uparyakramataamapi Bhutanam Karunash Shashvat. So the that is there, we're going to break it and a Shashvat, comma. Artanam Kshiti Vrittiman. Primarily, at the end of the day, a stuti is a praise, right? A praise for all, either for great things you have done or great things you're going to do. So that's what they keep telling, how he'll rule, be very peaceful and take care of everybody and all the citizens. Titikshtyakramam vainyah uparyakramataamapi bhutanam karunashashvat artanam kshitivrittiman.
Tidikshatyakramam vainyah uparyakramataamapi bhutanam karunashashvat arthanam kshitivrittiman.
तितिक्षित्यक्रमं वैन्य उपर्याक्रमतामपि भूतानां करुणाशश्वत् आर्तानां क्षितिवृत्तिमान्.
And the first word line, Priya, Titikshtyakramam vainyah.
तितिक्षत्यक्रमं वैन्य.
Vainyah.
वैन्यः. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, added the visarga there, yeah. Deva varshatyasau, deve varshatyasau devo, comma, nara deva vapur harihi, krichra prana praja heshaha. You can add a visarga there, comma, rakshit yat yanjasendravat. One word, rakshit yat yanjasendravat. So they're comparing him to Indra, saying like how Indra is responsible for rainfall, you are also going to be responsible, and that is actually going to happen. There is going to be a point later on in the Prithu Charitram where Indra is going to block, and then Prithu is actually going to take over the role of Indra to give rain. But they are telling you are going to be like that, protecting the citizens. Deve varshatyasau devo naradeva vapur harihi krichra prana praja heshah rakshishyat yanjasendravat.
Deve varshatyasau devo naradeva vapur harihi krichra prana prajahyeshah yakshishyatyanja
देवे वर्षत्यसौ देवो नरदेव वपुर्हरिः कृच्छ्रप्राणाः प्रजाह्येषः रक्षिष्यत्यञ्जसेन्द्रवत्.
Apyayayatyasau, again one word, apyayayatyasau lokam, comma, vadanamrita murtina sanuragava lokena, comma, vishada smita charuna. Apyayayatyasau lokam vadanamrita murtina sanuragava lokena vishada smita charuna.
Apyayayatyasau lokam vadanamritamurtina sanuragavalokena vishadasmitacharuna.
आप्याययसौ लोकं वदनामृतमूर्तिना सानुरागावलोकेन विशतस्मितचारुणा.
So Vadanas, like a moon-like face. You'll have a very pleasant, charming, cool moon-like face, which will be very consoling to all the citizens, and that's how everybody will remain happy under his reign. Avyakta Vartmaisha Nighuda Karyo, comma, Gambhira Vedha Upagupta Vittaha Ananta Mahatmya Gunaika Dhama, comma, Prutuf Pracheta Iva Sambritatma. Avyakta Vartmaisha Nigudha Karyo Gambhira Vedha Upagupta Vittaha Ananta Mahatmya Gunaika Dhama Prutuf Pracheta Iva Sambritatma.
Avyaktavatmaisha nigudhakaryo gambhira vedha upagupta vittaha ananta mahatmya gunaika dhama praduf prajeta iva samvritatma.
अव्यक्तवत्मैष निगूढकार्यो गम्भीरवेदा उपगुप्तवित्तः अनन्तमाहात्म्यगुणैकधामा ऋतुः प्रचेता इव संवृतात्मा.
Durasado Durvishaha. Actually, Durvishaha. Visarga comes there. Durvishaha. Yeah, you got to add a Visarga there, comma. Asannopi viduravat naivabhi bhavitum shakyo, comma. Venaranyuttito nalaha. One word. Venaranyuttito nalaha. Durasado durvishaha asannopi viduravat naivabhi bhavitum shakyo venaranyuttito nalaha.
Durasado durvishah आसन्नोऽपि विदूरवत् नैवाभिभवितुं शक्यो वेनारण्युत्थितो नलः
दुरासतो दुर्विषहः आसन्नोऽपि विधूरवत् नैवाभिभवितुं शक्यो वेनारण्युत्थितो नलः
अंतर्बहिश्च भूतानां पश्यन् कर्माणि चारणैः उदासीन इवाध्यक्षो वायुरात्मेव देहिनाम्. अंतर्बहिश्च भूतानां पश्यन् कर्माणि चारणैः उदासीन इवाध्यक्षो वायुरात्मेव देहिनाम्.
अन्तर्बहिश्च भूतानां पश्यन् कर्माणि चारणैः उदासीन इवाध्यक्षो वायुरात्मेव देहिनाम्.
अन्तर्बहिश्च भूतानां पश्यन् कर्माणि चारणैः उदासीन इवाध्यक्षो वायुरात्मेव देहिनाम्.
नादण्ड्यं दण्ड्यत्येषः विसर्गा add that दण्ड्यत्येषः सुतम् आत्म द्विषामपि दण्डयत्यात्मजमपि दण्ड्यं धर्मपते स्थितः.
Rajesh, the first line, second word, is it dandya or danda? I have dandayatyesha.
No, I have the line underneath of it. That's why it's a id there. Dandyateshah. Like on under that da.
Oh, it's not dandaya.
No, not the full da. It's
okay.
in the not the full na either, not the full da either. It's
no,
Rajesh,
it has to be dandayati eva. Dandayati.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bookla id irukku dandayati eshaha, correct. So it should be like the da, the line should not be there then.
Yeah, it's not attached because when you if you see the previous word, the ya is not touching the top of the line. So there it is dandya. Here
yeah.
Yeah.
Dandai. Okay. But yeah. Okay, adila line because me that is confusing. Okay, dandayati eshaha.
Yeah, not only that, when you count the aksharas, you have to get 8 anushtup. So you get it only if you pronounce dandayat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Ape. Okay. So we just if you have a line, I think in my Sanskrit book, so if you just change it to dandayat eshaha.
Rajesh, sorry, the first line na dandayam dandayat.
Dandyam.
Dandyam. Yeah, dandyam.
Dandayama, that's half da than the first line la da, sorry. First word.
Yeah, first is the na dandyam.
Na dandyam, yeah. Next one is dandayat eshaha. Okay.
Dandayat eshaha.
Yeah.
Is there a visargam after?
Yeah. After eshaha, because we are putting a comma there, that visarga comes.
Okay.
Dandayat eshaha.
Thank you.
Same for the second line also, right? The second line is also dandayat yatma.
Yeah, dandayat yatma jamapi. That is a full da there. That has a full da there. Yes.
So Rajesh, in the first word na dandyam, the da is half, is it? Or the ya is half?
The da is half. Same thing comes.
Da is half.
Yeah,
okay.
Same thing comes in the second line after the comma. So the two things that are repeating, right? First word, na dandyam. Second line after the comma, dandyam. Okay. Then first
Got
line,
it. Thank
second
you.
word. Sorry, go ahead. Now I'm just saying that this thing is repeating two times. Na dandyam dandayat yeshaha. Then second line la dandayat yatma jamapi dandyam dharmapate stitaha. Okay, so the dandyam and danda repeating two times. Na dandyam dandayat yeshaha sutamatma dvishamapi दण्डयत्यात्मजमपि दण्ड्यं धर्मपते स्थितः
नादण्ड्यं दण्डयत्येषः सुतमात्मद्विषामपि दण्डयत्यात्मजमपि दण्ड्यं धर्मपते स्थितः
नादण्ड्यं दण्डयत्येषः सुतमात्मद्विषामपि दण्डयत्यात्मजमपि दण्ड्यं धर्मपते स्थितः
अस्या प्रतिहतं चक्रं पृतोरामनसाचलात् वर्तते भगवान् अर्को यावत् तपति गोगणैः अस्या प्रतिहतं चक्रं पृतोरामनसाचलात् वर्तते भगवान् अर्को यावत् तपति गोगणैः.
The first lines, the last part, is it Pridora Manasa? I have Manasa Chalat, or is it Manasa Chalat?
No, Prutor Amanasa. The if you break it, then it's taken Amanasa. Prutora Manasa Chalat.
Thank you. Asya Pratihatam Chakram Pridora Manasa Chalat Vartade Bhagavan Arko Yavat Tapadiyo Padigo Ganaihi.
अस्या प्रतिहतं चक्रं पृतोरामानसाचलात् वर्तते भगवान् अर्को यावत्तपति घोघणैः
Ranjayishyati yallokam, breaking at that mark. Next word starts with A. Ayamatma vicheshtitaihi atamumahu rajanam, mano ranjanakaif prajaha. Ranjayishyati yallokam ayamatma vicheshtitaihi atamumahu rajanam mano ranjanakaif prajaha.
Ranjayishyati yallokam ayamatma vijeshthitaihi adamumahu rajanam manoranjanakaih prajaha.
रञ्जयिष्यति यल्लोकम् अयमात्मविशेष्टितैः अतामुमाहुराजानं मनोरञ्जनकैः प्रजाः
दृढ़ व्रतस सत्य संधो ब्रह्मण्यो वृद्ध सेवकः शरण्यस् सर्वभूतानां मानदो दीन वत्सलः. दृढ़ व्रतस सत्य संधो ब्रह्मण्यो वृद्ध सेवकः शरण्यस् सर्वभूतानां मानदो दीन वत्सलः.
दृढव्रतः सत्यसन्धो ब्रह्मण्यो वृद्धसेवकः शरण्यः सर्वभूतानां मानदो दीनवत्सलः.
दृढवर्तः सत्यसन्तो ब्रह्मण्यो वृत्तसेवकः शरण्यः सर्वभूतानां मानतो दीनवत्सलः.
मातृभक्तिः परस्त्रीषु पत्न्याम् अर्ध इवात्मनः प्रजासु पितृवत् स्निग्धः किंकरो ब्रह्मवादिनाम्. मातृभक्तिः परस्त्रीषु पत्न्याम् अर्ध इवात्मनः प्रजासु पितृवत् स्निग्धः किंकरो ब्रह्मवादिनाम्.
मातृभक्तिः परस्त्रीषु पत्न्यामर्ध इवात्मनः प्रजासु पितृवत् स्निग्धः किं करो ब्रह्मवादिनाम्.
मातृभक्तिः परस्त्रीषु पत्न्याम् अर्ध इवात्मनः प्रजासु पितृवत् स्निग्धः किंकरो ब्रह्मवादिनाम्.
देहिनाम् आत्मवत्प्रेष्ठः सुहृदां नन्दिवर्धनः मुक्त संग प्रसंगोयं दण्डपाणिरसाधुषु. देहिनाम् आत्मवत्प्रेष्ठः सुहृदां नन्दिवर्धनः मुक्त संग प्रसंगोयं दण्डपाणिरसाधुषु.
देहिनामात्मवत्प्रेष्ठः सुहृदां नन्दिवर्धनः मुक्तसङ्गप्रसङ्गोऽयं दण्डपाणिरसाधुषु.
देहिनाम् आत्मवत्प्रेष्ठः सुहृतां नन्दिवर्धनः मुक्तसङ्गप्रसङ्गोऽयं दण्डपाणिरसाधुषु
अयं तु साक्षात् भगवान् त्र्यधीशः, कूटस्थ आत्मा कलयावतीर्णः, यस्मिन् अभिध्या रचितं, one word, यस्मिन् अभिध्या अरचितं, but it's one long word, यस्मिन् अभिध्या रचितं निरर्थकं, पश्यन्ति नानात्वमपि प्रतीतम्. So I think this is where the end of this is where the stuti ends, and then from here then they'll tell about what he's going to do in the future. Ayam tu sakshat bhagavam stridishah kutastha atma kalaya vatirnah yasminna vidya rachitam nirarthakam pashyanti nanattvamapi pratitam.
Ayam tu sakshat bhagavam stridishah kudastha atma kalayavatirnah yasminna vidya rachitam nirarthakam pashyanti nanattvamapi pratitam.
अयं तु साक्षात् भगवान् सदीशः कूटस्थ आत्मा कलयावतीर्णः यस्मिन् विद्या रचितं निरर्थकं पश्यन्ति नानात्वमपि प्रतीतम्.
Ayam bhuvo mandalam odayadrehe. Okay, so that add a visarga there. Odayadrehe. Next word ir goes away. Goptaika viro nara deva natah astaya jaitram ratamata chapah, paryasyate dakshinato yatharkah. Ayam bhuvo mandalamodayadrehe goptaika viro nara deva natah astaya jaitram ratamata chapah paryasyate dakshinato yatharkah.
Ayam bhuvo mandalamodayadrehe goptaigaviryo naradevanatah astaya jaitram radamatta chapah paryasyate dakshinato yadarkah.
अयं भुवो मण्डलम् ओदयात्रेः गोप्तैकवीरो नरदेवनाथः आस्ताय जैत्रं रथमात्तचापः पर्यस्यते दक्षिणतो यतार्कः.
अस्मै नृपालाः किल तत्र तत्र बलिं हरिष्यन्ति सलोकपालाः मंस्यन्त एषां स्त्रिय आदिराजं चक्रायुधं तद्यश उद्धरन्त्यः. So he says, and when eventually he's going to become so famous that he will go everywhere, right? He will conquer the whole world, he'll conquer the whole earth, and everywhere he goes, everybody will respect him because he has got the prince of Bhagavan in his hands and everything. So everybody will recognize him as the Lord as well. Asmai nrupalah kila tatra tatra balim harishyanti salokapalaha mamsyanta esham striya adirajam chakrayudham tadhyasha uddharantyah.
Asmai nripalah kila tatra tatra balim harishyanti salokapalaha mamsyanta esham striya adirajam chakrayudham tadhyasha uddharantyah.
अस्मै नृपालाः किल तत्र तत्र बलिं हरिष्यन्ति सलोकपालाः मंस्यन्त एषां स्त्रिय आदिराजं चक्रायुधं तद्यश उद्धरन्त्यः.
Ayam mahim gam duduhedi rajah, prajapatir vritti karah prajanam yo leelayadrin swa sharasa kotya, bhindan samam gama karodhyatendraha. Gam akarodhyatendraha, but you don't have to break it, you can say it together. So this is little bit telling what he's going to do later. He says that he's going to milk the earth like it's a cow. So cow, you milk it because you get milk out of the cow. But then from that milk, you can make butter, you can make ghee, you can make all of those things. You can make milk, right? So from that, multiple things can be made. You can make sweets. So it's a source of a lot of things. So here the earth later on, it's going to happen. The earth is compared to a cow. So from the cow, how you can get a lot of things. From the earth also, you can get everything. And Prithu is going to do that for everybody. So that's what they are saying here. You're going to do this in the future. Ayam mahim gam duduhe dhirajah prajapatir vrittikara prajanam yo leelayadhin swasharasa kotya bhindan samam gama karodhyatendraha.
Ayam mahim gam duduhe dhirajah prajapatirvrittikarah prajanam yo leelayadrin swasharasa kotya bindan samam gama karodhyatendraha.
Ayam mahim gam duduhe dhirajah prajapatirvrittikarah prajanam yo leelayadrin swasharasa kotya bindan samam ghama karodhyatendraha.
Yeah, we'll stop here today. Shri Hare Namaha, Hare Namaha, Shri Hare Namaha. Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Kahena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakrite swabhavat karomi yatyat sakalam parasmai narayanaayeti samarpayami. Thank you, everyone.
Rajesh.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you,
Rajesh,
Rajesh.
great
Enjoy
time.
பண்ணுங்க
Thank you,
எல்லாரும்.
Rajesh.
Bye bye.
Enjoy
Thank
the
you, Rajesh.
Shakahari discourse.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Joya.
Bye.